Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you Lord Buddha's Tarot Animal Sign Predictions. And this is for you coming from the rabbit family. And it is for you for the month of July 2017. So let me shuffle my Kabbalistic tarot cards. And the first card that I'm going to pull will be to do with your first 15 days of July for you, the rabbit. And it's a good enough card. It shows that you can, in your area of romance, let's start there, you can find a new romance. That romance may come as a very dominating person, a very stubborn person, and a person who may be a foreigner or maybe of another race from you. But that's positive, that side of it is okay. And so you have to not give your heart away too quickly. You have to look into the past of this person, because there are some secrets that this person has who are complicated, and he or she may not be talking about them to you. So you have to do some research first. But a possibility of a new romance is quite strong. Now, if your existing romance, you have to tell yourself that to definitely not show any kind of domination. And if you find that your romance partner is suddenly becoming very dominating and very oversensitive, then you have to tell yourself that perhaps you have to take the back seat and let your romance partner take the lead for the first 15 days of July. Otherwise, a real trouble can brew. You cannot afford to show your temper, you cannot afford to be rebellious, you cannot afford to be argumentative. And if your partner is doing these things, then you just step back, remain quiet, remain calm, and let the time pass, let the temperature cool down, and then you can slowly bring your point up. That way would be better. Okay? Now, in your marriage area, yes, there can be an addition to the family. Good news like that can come. There can be a great deal of bonding. But also tell yourself that you should not dominate, and you should definitely not be stubborn. And allow your partner to take the lead and to make your marriage partner to take the lead and make decisions. That way you will have a lot of bonding with your marriage partner. The way this card is, it says you should not be in charge of whatever things are happening. Otherwise blame can come on you. So let your marriage partner make the decisions for the first 15 days of July, and everything will be kept very nice and friendly. In the general family area, there is enough peace of mind, there is enough good possibilities, there is talks of travel and holiday as well, and for that area as well, let your marriage partner or your romance partner take the lead. Let them say where they want to go, where we should all go, and things like that, okay? And so the family area is good enough. There shows calmness. There isn't any bad really stuff going on. I want to talk to you about your job and your career area now for the first 15 days for you, the rabbit. And so what does the card say? It says you can make a change in your career, which will be good. The trouble is that change may lead to working with people or to have a new boss which you may not be very happy with, and you will feel being dominated. Or it can also mean that you yourself should not dominate. Okay? It shows that you can have a journey even while traveling, and which is a very positive thing, and your popularity is quite strong. So it's the dominating part, it's only that can be a troublesome. So don't want to take the lead too much, don't dominate, don't want to be in the limelight, and you'll be fine in your job area. Okay. Now in the business area, it says you can make changes and into your business lines. You can have a different approach to your businesses, that's another change. You can have an expansion plan, but here I would say be careful. The signs of now you see Kabbalistic cards, they show planetary signs and they show zodiac signs, so it helps me. And the signs here show that if you do expand, you're asking for trouble. If you add on to new businesses, you're asking for trouble. So try to remain and consolidate what you have rather than going out to compete for new businesses in this first 15 days of business areas. Okay, your general financial situation is quite good. There is no big problems. There you may spend more than you earn. Try not to do that, because there's signs here that it is more money out than money in. And try not to be over aggressive in wanting to chase for businesses. And that way your financial situation can remain quite steady. Otherwise, too much money out and you're going to feel a tightening of the financial situation in the first 15 days. I'll talk to you about your health situation later. And I will also later talk to you about your good dates and your good colors and your good directions, and from which animal sign there will be somebody waiting to give you problems. Okay? All right. First, let me pull out a card, and this will be talking about your last 15 days. Let's start with romance. In the romance area, you coming from the rabbit family, be careful that your last 15 days are not very steady. There is the possibility of finding a very new and good romance, but either you are a perfectionist or arrogant and you find faults in that person too quickly, or you become a person who wants to take charge too quickly and you can spoil that new romance. It's a pretty good romance. That this romance could be somebody of another race from you or somebody from another country from you. I like this romance. So try not to be arrogant or be a perfectionist or look for faults. Try not to be dominating either. Allow the new romance a few days, a week, and you will see that slowly you understand this person better and better. If you already have a romance, ongoing romance, the bonding is pretty good. Only don't show arrogance and don't dominate. There's talk of travel, there's talk of holidays, there's talk of making nice changes for yourselves, you and your romance partner. There's talk of making plans for the future. So things like that are pretty good. Only don't be arrogant and don't be dominating. Regarding your marriage areas, now you don't want to be isolated for sure during your last 15 days. But there are signals on this card that show this is very possible if you are showing arrogance or if you are insisting on making decision making. I rather, for the last 15 days of August, you from the rabbit family, allow your partner to take full charge of all areas of your life. That way the peace will be perfect, and that's what you want. And that way you will be allowed to be praised and you will be able to show off your good capabilities. It will not be considered as arrogance. So use this technique for the last 15 days and you will see the bonds between you and your marriage partner will become better and better. Your family area, the situation is quite good. There is bonding and there is togetherness. There is not much difficulties in the last 15 days. A little bit of arguments in the sense of disagreements are seen, but I'm not very worried. So your last 15 days you can do pretty well, and don't be too strict and don't be a perfectionist. That's my point. And your family areas, which include your parents and your siblings and relatives, that's also being very friendly in the last 15 days as well. Okay? Only your ego and your aura will be a bit strong now and then. You may find if somebody says something you feel offended, well, try to take the soft approach, take it easy. All right? Now I want to talk to you about your job and your career in the last 15 days. And in the last 15 days you can get a promotion. You can even have the duty of traveling, which is going to be based on your work. And you can have an enlargement of responsibility. And the changes that you experience are very good. So it is a pretty good month, the last 15 days of the month. And in your areas of business, I see that you can enlarge your portfolio. But here, there is a little bit of a warning that going beyond your expectancy of expansion can bring about making it a burden. So be realistic. Don't let your ego aura say, I'm going to chase this business and forever the optimist, I will find a way out on how to get the finances to do it. You won't be able to. So be practical in that one area only. Otherwise, linked to foreign people, the foreign businesses, companies, the multinational companies, you have very good possibilities of expanding your business that way, but do it gently. All right. Your financial situation can get tight only because you may take on too much. And if you don't, then you'll be okay. Your general finances are quite okay. I see the family area is not in need, and this card shows you will be moving along quite smoothly. Now I want to talk to you about your health areas. So let me look at both the cards. Now for you, the rabbit, in the month of July, what do I see? Firstly, if you're a woman, I'm worried of your gynecological areas, the womb, the breast, and the ovaries. So if you haven't had a checkup, or if you have some symptoms, go to the internet and look for the symptoms of problems with the breast, the womb, and the ovaries. And even if you don't have a symptom and you haven't had a checkup for many years, I think it's time to do that. The other area I worry for you is your stomach. It can go very gastric, number one, and your colon as well. So look into these two areas as well. These are my two worries for you in the month of July. Now I'm going to give you, with these cards, you the rabbit, I'm going to talk to you about your good dates in the month of July. And looking at the dates, as you see, Kabbalistic cards also show zodiac signs and planetary signs. So looking at these, I'm very impressed with your 7th, your 16th, and your 25th. These dates in the month of July for you, the rabbit, are going to be very lucky, morning, noon, and night. So use them for every area. Chasing for romance on these dates and nights, you will get them easily, and a good one. And marriage areas will go very well as bonding. Your career, you will be sparkling with extreme success stories. And in business, you will be able to make some very good contacts or make very good contracts as well on the 7th, 16th, and 25th. So include business and pleasure. Be busy on these 3 days and nights, and you will do very well. Now for you, the rabbit, I'm going to talk to you about a good color to use. And the good color I've chosen from this card is the color gray. It can be considered a boring color, but it's a very mystical color, and it brings success in a very quiet, nice way for you. So undergarments, top garments for the month of July have a lot of gray. Have a gray handkerchief to use all the time to hold it. Have a gray sheet of paper and put your palms on it now and then to absorb the energy. And you will find that plenty of luck comes for you with using as much as possible the color gray during the month of July. And now I'm going to look for you trouble. The trouble can come from you, from somebody from the rooster family. So somebody from the rooster family can disturb your areas of romance, marriage, job, career, business, and any other areas, even in sport and even in socializing. But if you are married to somebody who is a rooster, or if you have a romance going on with a rooster, or if you are working with colleagues where they are roosters, or if your boss is a rooster, or your business partner is a rooster, you have to be very careful. You cannot antagonize them, or they will turn against you very fast. You have to approach them very carefully and not be provocative to them. Otherwise, they will be your source of problem in the month of July. Now, I'm already Skyping, and I'm charging USD 50 for a 90-minute Skype session with me. And I'll be using your date of birth and time of birth. I'll be looking at your palms. I'll be looking at your face. I'm a face reader too. And I'll be using Kabbalistic tarot cards if you want in the 90-minute session. And based on this information, I will be very accurate for your next 5 or 6 years in all areas of your life. So do go to Facebook and follow me and communicate with me, ask me questions, and we'll be able to make a date to Skype. Or go to Skype itself and leave me a message, and we'll find a date to Skype. You won't regret it. Thank you and goodbye.